Okay, in this video, we're going to look at Microsoft Word mail merge. Now, the key to any mail merge is the underlying table. And what we're looking at here is a good example of a table. All tables are always made up of a top row. Many people call that top row header, the header line. However, in database talk, that top row is referred to as the field names. So for instance, we have a field name called, within this table, first name, our last name, address number 1, unit, city, state, and zip. They're all our field names. Now beneath the header, or field names, are rows. And each row in database talk is referred to as a record. And that record is described basically by the field names above the record. We're looking at a fairly small table, approximately 20 records. But once again, what our objective here is to take some of the field names, or probably all of the field names, and then insert those field names into a Microsoft Word document using mail merge. But once again, you have to have that table. Many times, this table right here was constructed in Microsoft Word, but many times you're going to be using a table that was constructed in Excel. No matter where it was constructed or how, that top line is always your field names, and the rows beneath the field names are your records. So let's close out of that underlying table, and we're going to be looking at it in the next minute. We're going to come back to our document, which was our cover letter document that we worked on before. What our objective here is we're going to take some of those field names and insert them into this document. So that top line will have our first name and last name. The second line over here will have our address, and the third line would have address information pertaining to the city, state, and zip. Just to even mark this up, we're going to highlight this top line, and we'll call it first and last name. Second one over here. Second line would be our address. And the third line will be our city, state, and zip. Once again, what we're going to do is take that underlying table and then insert the information from the table onto this document for each of the records. What we're going to find whenever we're using mail merge within Microsoft Word, that the tab that we're going to be looking at is called Mailings. And for the most part, we're going to be working with these various buttons, moving pretty much from left to right. The first step is to click over here, the bottom arrow, where we're going to start our mail merge. In this step, we're going to tell Word how we're going to use the mail merge. basically we're going to merge information onto a letter. So I'm going to highlight letter and click on it. The next button is called Select Recipients. Hit that down arrow. And we have the ability here to type a new list for our underlying table, or use an existing list, or even select from an Outlook contact list. As a rule, you are usually using an existing list, something that's already been created from a database. So we're going to click on Use Existing List, and then we're going to find that underlying table. That underlying table is called W03B addresses. Once again, it's W03B addresses. That's our underlying table. So we're going to click Find It, left click on it, and then click on Open. The next step, once again we're moving from left to right, is we're going to click on Edit our Recipient List. We want to take a look at that list, or at that table. And we want to make sure that we have the correct table. Looking here, I can see my field names. There's also a listing of where that file is located. So I know that this is my list, and I'm going to leave it as it is. There's no need to sort it. Click OK. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight first and last name. Then I'm going to go over to this button right here. It's called Insert Merge Fields. Hit the down arrow. Click on first name. Hit my space bar. And go back once again to Insert Merge Field. And I'm going to select the field name. And once again, these were our field names or headers. I'm going to select the one called last name. Next, I'm going to highlight address. Go up to the Insert Merge field and click on Address 1. Spacebar. Go back to Insert Merge field. Highlight and left click on Unit. Now unit stands for our apartment number, if one in fact exists. Next, we're going to go down to City, State, and Zip. I'm going to highlight those three field names. Go back to Insert Merge Field, hit the down arrow. Highlight City, spacebar. Highlight State, spacebar. Highlight zip code. No need for this information here, so we're going to highlight it and delete it. And what we're going to see here is our various field names have brackets surrounding them. Okay? There's brackets for each of our field names. First name, there's a bracket on the inside or left side, and also on the outside or right side. And there's brackets surrounding last name, address 1, unit, city, state, zip. Now, to see how that's worked, we're going to come over to the icon that says Preview Results, keeping in mind that this is a toggle switch. If I click on it once, I'm going to see my first record being Taylor Donahue, 189 Ventura Street, Millington, Texas, with the zip. If I want to look at the next record, I can come over here and click on the arrow. Here's my second record, third record, fourth, fifth, sixth. If I want to go all the way to the end, I could hit this button right here. Once again, this is a toggle switch, the preview results. So if I click it again, just the field names will appear. We're going to click here to see the actual records. The actual number of records are actually listed here. There's 25 of them. Lastly, when we're looking at this mail merge in order to print it up, what we would do is come over to finish our merge, hit the down arrow, go to print documents, and we can choose to print the entire merge, all, or just a current record, or a range of records. Thank you.